Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? It's NXT Takeover reaction time. For those of you, first of all, who didn't get a chance to read our stuff earlier, we posted a very special video. I shaved. She got in a dress and heels. You know, it was very nice, very formal. But take the time to go back and look at it because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff this week getting ready for the WWE draft coming up this Friday. So go back and watch that video and then join us throughout the week. But we just got done watching Takeover 31. First of all, let's discuss the building real quick. The new I guess Performance Center-esque building that they're doing in commemoration of what they had back in the 70s. I thought they did an excellent job of giving it, the same type of interaction with the fans, but also at the same time giving it still that NXT street level type feel.
I like the smoky feel, the fence, and what I saw is they had the NXT superstars on one side, and above them was like the Thunderdome type effect with all the TVs. I thought that was pretty cool, giving it a real loud crowd feeling when nobody's in the arena.
And for those of you who have ever been to or seen a takeover, especially if you've attended one live, that can be some of the loudest buildings you'll ever be at. I've been to, well, I say I, but we have been to takeovers where, it's louder than the actual pay-per-view that'll be later that same weekend. Takeover is the show of shows when it comes to most of your weekend. Congrats. And once again, only 5 matches on the card, no kickoff match, which to me was a bit of a surprise. But once again, they knocked it out of the park. 5 fantastic matches tonight.
All of the matches were up, down, up, down. I was excited, and for anybody that knows, we did our prediction show, and at this present moment, me and Steve are now tied for...
Somebody was one away from a perfect show.
I was, but, it didn't happen. But I enjoyed all the matches that they had on the card. Triple H, obviously, he knows what people want to see. He knows how to get to his people by saying, talking to them and saying, you're doing well, and this is what I want to see. And you could tell that he's really wanting to hone their craft, and he's really working with them. So... I love it. I hope it stays the way it does. But the match of the night for me, the end match.
The main event, Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor for the NXT title. O'Reilly absolutely showing that he is the future of this business. And that was something that was said in the pre-show by Sam Roberts, is this was going to be the takeover that was going to set the tone for the next great set of superstars. And I truly think it lived up to that exact wording. You had Finn Balor putting over a great person like Kyle O'Reilly. You had Candice LeRae getting her first real true singles push. Isaiah Swerve Scott and Santos Escobar putting on a great match in the first ever Cruiserweight title match in TakeOver history. And then, of course, you had Damian Priest, absolutely looking like a monster out there, but was pushed to his limit by Johnny Gargano.
Let's start with the Kushida and Velveteen Dream. You stated that, even if we pulled for Kushida, Velveteen Dream still has excellent, intros in, but Kushida, he snapped. He went to that dark place, that dark side that said, you know what? I'm tired of being nice. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to whoop you, and it's going to happen, and I don't care, and I don't care how people view me, and it is what it is. I loved it. I thought it was great, and to Kushida, congratulations, my friend.
Absolutely. And, and just another example right there, the next big name of superstars coming in, and you see, people like Kushida, and then you saw Ridge Holland at the very end of TakeOver, getting a push without even having to be in the match. And then, of course, the 2 big returns after Io and Candice's match, as you have Toni Storm now coming over from NXT UK, and after 18 months on the shelf, the return of the Empress Ember Moon. Welcome back.
The Sheenom is back. I'm glad to see her. Oh, my God. I love the hairdo. I love the look. I love
the motorcycle motif. That very surprised, because I'm sitting here going, who is this?
And I saw it the moment I saw all the swag and the gear. The only person that can pull that off is Ember. And just... I am so excited. Words can't even explain.
Well, we are absolutely huge fans of Ember Moon, and for the longest time, with her injury being an Achilles injury, there was this major discussion about that being it for her. She was going to retire. She, of course, has her own wrestling shop as Athena. Was this going to be it for Ember Moon? And for a long time, I think she had kind of made her decision. She got married. during her off time, but it's great to see her back in shape, and apparently in shape enough that she is already eyeballing the NXT Women's Championship yet again. So welcome back, Ember Moon.
You know what that means for me? Now I can cosplay as her again. Because for the longest time, I didn't think I was going to be able to.
Because what we thought, her cosplaying as Ember would be, fantastic, but it's also someone that we don't know if we'd ever see again. Well, now we don't have to worry about such things because it sounds like Ember's back, although you're, depending upon what her ring stuff looks like, it might need to vary a little bit. You might have to go with more of a motorcycle look.
Hey, that's fine, but if I get Tony Storm back and Io... I think Io's gonna have to keep her head on a swivel at this point. Tony even said that in her coming back, keep your head on a swivel because it's Tony time.
Right, and not only that, of course, was easily said during Triple H's pre-show conversations with McKenzie. Rhea Ripley already said, "I got next." I don't care who wins. I don't care if it's Candice or if it's Io. I got next. So the women's division, the line is starting to form, and it's being formed with a lot of good people. Io Shirai definitely has her work cut out for her as she moves forward.
But to the women, they put on a hell of a show tonight. I was glad to see it. I'm glad that Candice is getting what she deserves. And for Johnny, nice try trying to pull a Bailey, trying to put on the ref's shirt and try to do the fast count. Io still kicked out.
So close.
That close. But I love it. I love the fact that they gave their all. They did what they had to do. But it just wasn't good enough.
Not quite. And then, of course, you're looking at, Finn Balor, having to, look at, the attack on Adam Cole by Ridge Holland. You build up Kyle O'Reilly as the next big name, and then it looks like, the Undisputed Era, as well as potentially Finn Balor, might have their next opponent in the form of Ridge Holland coming over from the UK.
Did anybody notice, outside of myself, that it looked like, outside of the split shirt of Adam Cole, that his eyes, and if you look underneath his eyes, it looked like he'd been punched in his face a little bit. May not have been too deep of bruises, but it looked like it. So
well, between that and the crimson lips of both Finn and O'Reilly, Kia had herself a great night. But,
yeah.
But anyway, hey, TakeOver once again. I mean, it's always the show of the weekend, and I'm really glad that through all of this stuff with, the quarantine and everything else, they have found a way to give TakeOver its own feel. They're giving them their own weekends. They're not having to share anymore. They are the show, and they're continuing to do so. And of course, we have to mention the announcement of Halloween Havoc, hosted by the queen of the ball pit, Shotzi Blackheart, which will be coming up on the last NXT prior to Halloween the 28th. So another fun event for us to look forward to.
Isn't it perfect that they would give her that? That's because she loves Halloween. She mentioned in the Zoom that we were doing, she loves Halloween and she loves horror movies. So who better?
Absolutely. But either way, I mean, NXT, every time you're like, okay, they've hit the culmination of one show, we don't have to wait 2 or 3 NXTs to find out what's next. We found out what's next without even having to leave the evening, and all of it's exciting coming up. So we're going to see, but there's a lot more fun and stuff in store. And, hey, for you guys, we've got some fun stuff in store for you guys this weekend. So join us tomorrow from early morning all the way into, about dinner time. We're going to see, you good?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those were the tacos.
Oh, sure. That was what it was. But anyway, you're going to be seeing us as we're going to be starting our mock WWE draft. Go back, watch the video, see the rules, and, pick who you want. Is it Monday Night Raw or is it Friday Night SmackDown?
It's me. It's always going to be me. They won't tell you that, but it's me.
Well, we shall see. But anyway, you guys have yourself a great rest of your evening, and you'll be seeing us a lot on your timeline over the next 5 days. So we're either going to get a ton of followers or a ton of them are going to leave us. I don't know which, but hey, if you like wrestling and are like the fun of what's coming up with the draft, you'll like what we've got in store for you. So I'm Steve.
I'm Kia. Take the time, if you want to, follow along and do your own mock draft. We want to hear from you guys and who you think is going to be the best.
Absolutely, because I'll tell you right now, the plans I have, at least in my head, I don't know what she's talking about, and we're doing no conversation about this ahead of time. We are running with what we've got. I've got some good plans for what I'd like to see my roster look like if I had a chance to create it. So we'll see what they look like. But you guys have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.